Hey there, why are you looking at my video? Are you here to learn about what web design is, SEO, and all this Google Panda, black hat, white hat mumbo jumbo? Well, you're in the right place. Stay tuned for the upcoming video and we'll learn what all this monkey business is, alright? Thank you. Hey there. All right, let's get this moving. All right, so you came here to learn about web design and SEO. All right, let's get to the basics. What is a website? A website basically is just your space on the internet. Mybusiness.com, mybusiness.net. It really doesn't matter. You can pick and choose. I mean, these days they go all funky as, mybusiness.miami, mybusiness.xxx, all this kind of crazy stuff you can do these days. The most popular one is going with the .com. All right. So why in a website? Where'd you find this video? On YouTube, on the internet. Everybody and their mama is on the internet. So why aren't you? I hope you have a website. You've thought about it. I don't know if you're just here to learn more about it, or if not, stay tuned and we'll go over a couple of little tips and tricks and stuff like that to get this moving. But as far as the website goes, every business in 2016 should have it. I don't know why everybody hasn't caught up to it, whether you do it through us or anybody else. I mean, it's just what you need as a business. It's more than a business card these days. It took over past the business card. Some people just say, hey, go to my website. You don't have a business card anymore. Be like, Google my business. Go to, dentisthollywoodmiami.com, whatever it is. That's the way things go these days. It's pretty simple. Like, let's say if you're driven past a vehicle wrap somewhere and you saw it, it'll be, Jesus Painting. You go and Google Jesus Painting. Do you need to remember their website? No. Do you need to remember their phone number? No. All you need is a business name, as long as they've done their job correctly as far as SEO goes. But the people these days don't do the whole yellow pages flipping through. Oh, and then they say, let me go there and hope that they're good. No, these days people want to go and see your website. Hopefully it looks nice if they're happy with it. Some people will leave your website because it's so crappy. You can't have a website these days that are 10, 15 years old. No, people don't like it. It's just how they grow up, especially younger generation. They're used to the nicer, fancier websites that are mobile friendly. They have nice pictures, images, content. There's a modern look to it. Whereas the ones where it's just a square old box, the boring thing at the top, it's not responsive. It's like a quarter of my page. No, they want to fill out all nice. This is all part of what they call user experience. It needs to be responsive, meaning, the text is large enough for me to see. The menus flip down. Everything is categorized. Let me see what else too. All that flash and all that crap people used in the back in the days of things moving all over the place. Oh, it's so fancy. Well, guess what? Google can't read it. Google cannot read images. Google reads what they call alt text, which is basically a small little description of what the image is. And stuff like Flash and movies, people can't read it. Google can't read it. And Google is the main power engine that everybody wants to be on. Bing is cool. Yahoo is cool. But, I would say 50% or more of the traffic comes from Google. I think more than that. I don't have the numbers with me right now. But Google is where you want to be at. So that's the trends you follow, is what Google tells you your website needs to be done. I think it was last year they came up with something called what they call the mobile-friendly Armageddon or something like that. But basically it penalized websites who are not mobile-friendly. That should show you the trend that's happening that Google sees. They're penalizing websites who are too old with the old technology. Because when you go on your phone, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, you've been on somebody's website and then, it's this tiny little text back here. Oh, what is this? if you're lucky enough to have a good phone, you could zoom in and see it. But if you're not, or the phones where you had to go this way, that way to see it, no. These days you go in, you can go up and down, everything is nice and large. You push a button, the menu pops out. That is what mobile friendly is. Or we doing it this way. It changes with you. Back in the days, that wouldn't work because you had not crappy website. I'm sorry. Back in the days, that was what I built too. But things have changed. Just like, televisions, television is way more amazing than it was back in the days. And, today, who has those little things? And that's how technology works. Technology changed a lot of things to help life make it easier and better. Anyways, let's get back on topic. As far as our websites go, things like Yelp or Google Reviews, Google Local Maps, which is basically that first box at the top. They call the map pack. It's the basic, when you type in, let's say, dentist in Miami, you get like 3 results at the top of the page. That's the spot you want to be at, especially if you're a local business. You want to be in that top 3 spots. And you know what? You won't get there. You know why? Because you have to do what they call search engine optimization. I don't care whatever crap your web designer told you, or whoever sent you an email when you registered your domain. Oh yeah, go ahead and do this. I'll get you to page 1 in a month. No, it doesn't happen, buddy. Sorry to tell you. And if you're doing it, it has to be done long term. There's no such thing really as a guaranteed result. Because you know what? The things that you're doing, your competition is probably doing too, because they have an SEO person doing the work. So if you're doing it, I'm doing it. What does that mean? We're fighting for page 1. So how can he be on page 1, I be on page 1, or 2 and 3, or wherever it is? It's a competition. So that means, you know what? You have to fight for who has the best website, who has the best images, who has the best content, who has the most backlinks, which are links to like authority websites like Yellow Pages, Yelp, Google. You're linking to, let's say, MiamiDade.gov, sites that are relevant and credible. You want to have those links to your site. You want to make sure also that your keywords, which is what people type in, are properly optimized, which means that you pick the best keywords for your website that will help you get ranked with less competition. We would all want to have the number 1 spot for, let's say, the word dentist. But if you ever go in to type in a dentist, there'll be like 10 billion results. So, how hard that will be out of like 10 million pages to be number 1. You gotta be awesome. So this is why we go with things what they call long tail keywords, which is basically expanding on that one word. Dentist, you're gonna add dentist in Miami for kids. You add a few more words, it makes it more specific, less competition, which is what you want to have. So you can go ahead and get that 10 million results, searches a day or whatever it could be, or would you rather have a B number all the way at the end, or would you want to fight for getting, let's say, 500 searches and I'm on number 1? Could you not do with 500 people coming to your business a month? I'm sure I could. I would deal with that, and that's what it's all about. You want to go ahead with a much more specific and broader keyword. That's what helps you ranking. You want to make sure you use the alt tags. So, because remember I mentioned earlier, Google can't read all that fancy stuff. You want to have that. You want to go ahead and have good links in. That stuff that we do, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in the background as far as links go. Stuff like PBNs and, stuff like that. And YouTube videos and social media. These all things that tie in together that help your rankings. It's not just a matter of put up a website, boom, I'm number 1. No, it's a very complicated process. It's time consuming. It's something that if you're serious about your business and you need help and more customers, if you can use more customers, then hey, do whatever you've been doing if it's been working. But if you're a business, especially new, and you need people to find you, this is the way to get it done. It's people have been doing it for years. You might think that, your competition isn't doing it. I can guarantee you, I'll put you to the test. Give us some time and tell me your competition. I can guarantee you, I'll do an analysis. I'll read their website. I'll check for their backlinks. I'll see where they're located. I can guarantee you they're doing that stuff, which is why they're probably beating you in search engines for whatever keywords you want to rank for. Because I know you've Googled them, your competition in the search engines. And they're there. I'm pretty sure. It might not look like it, but they're all doing it. People spend thousands of dollars a month for a reason. I'm not saying you have to spend that much to get good results. You can spend as little as $300 a month and get results, but it depends on the niche you're in, the competition. But people like Facebook. You think Facebook needs to advertise? You might say no, but yes, they do. All these people, they advertise. Their business just like anybody else. They have to do things to keep pushing the new products and getting the word out. Let's go back more into web design. Things like social media. That's also important to tie into your website. People want to know about you personally, what's going on. They want to know what promotions you have. They want to know who you are, what clients you've had, what reviews you've done, what events you've done. You've been at this expo down the street or whatever it is. That's what social media does. And the more popular your pages are, it comes back and it helps you. That's all because Google looks at all these things. They have these Googles and they look at you and they rate, he has so many followers. He has YouTube videos. Awesome. These are all things that they look at. So you might think, no, but I don't have any people looking at my page. People looking at page, but Google is looking. So it's also a service that we offer. You want to go and help and drive traffic. Google looks at all these things. You might think, I don't have any people on Instagram, or I don't have people on Pinterest. You know what? You don't. Maybe you might not think you need it, but you know what? Google looks at all these things and they tie it all together. They want to see that, your website, sorry, excuse my language, your website's the shit. That's what it's all about. Why should you be number one? That's what they look for. They want to know who is the best person doing all these things that, I like to see, because it's all about me. I'm Big Daddy Google. And they look at all these things. And over the years, all these things change. They come with new algorithms. There was the mobile one I mentioned. There's things like Penguin and Panda and all these other things that basically, because over the years, us SEO people, not particularly me, but some people they learn all the little nitty gritty little shady stuff that basically, if you did all these crazy what they call black hat stuff, that you're a little gremlin and you did all these little shady little things and you got the number one, but you know what, those things were illegal as far as Google is concerned. So what, you may be number one, but at the end of that little update, you're number 0. So that's some of the stuff about that. Let me see a couple more tips I can give you as far as web design. Web design is just what you need to have. I mean, if you don't have to have anything crazy, you can have a simple, just about us and some pictures and that's it. But to think that you don't need to have a website because my customers don't go to websites and I have older customers and all this type of crap, that's not true. My mama goes on the internet all the time. It's not because that you think you know your customers. You think you know your customers, but you know what? Nobody knows what your customers do at home. People spend their lives on their phone all day. I can guarantee you go in restaurants and you see families all day. Walking on the streets, you go, oh, blah, 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 oh, mobile, and you know what? They're searching online, they're shopping online. This is also why a lot of companies are struggling. I mean, it kind of sucks, but, everybody moving online. Like places like, Macy's and all these big brands and what's this other one? They're moving online because, it's just not working these days with, brick and mortar stores, and it's part of that process where you have to get online to get, people knowing about you. I'm not saying that online is a bad place to be, but I'm just saying that, it's part of the process that you have to catch up with the times, and you have to do these kind of things that, what people want these days, and they want the user friendliness of, I don't want to have to go in and see you. I don't want to sit down and talk to you and talk my head off, give me this quick little sales pitch and all this kind of crap. No, I want to go on your website. I want to see if I like you. If I like your website, I see what you have to offer. Do you have what I need? Yes or no? I don't want to call you and your secretary puts me on hold for like 20 minutes and then I get to you and realize, you know what? You didn't even do what the hell what I wanted to get out of your company anyways. You know what? But if you have a website, I can go on there, I see what I needed, You know, I'll go through your services. He did it. He does what I want. Boom. He has great reviews. Boom. All right, let's go. Call him up. Hey, I'm ready to place an order. Cha-ching! Yeah, that's really what it is. I mean, and you know, there's lots more stuff I could talk to you about. I've really gone over too much time already. So if you have any other questions, you need tips, help, you want a free proposal as far as web design goes and SEO and all this other stuff, you know, stop in our office. But I'm here to talk to you. Shoot us an email, give me a phone call. I'm here to help as far as, you know, getting your business found in Google or website, basic design. You know, the first step is building a website. You know, whether it's a simple one or not, you know, we can always expand later, add more pages, add the SEO, but you know, you got to start somewhere. You know, because even as far as SEO goes, age of the website matters. So, you know, start somewhere. You know, because there's lots of people out there that don't have a website. You know, and I'm pretty sure they're struggling if they even exist anymore. You know, because nobody's going into Yellow Pages anymore. And you know, although you might think that, you know what, having a billboard is great, or newspapers, all this stuff, but you know what, when people come to searching online, people are more targeted, as I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but there's more targeted searches. You know, people when they do billboards and stuff, it's more of an impulse buy. You have to catch the people as they have that need for it, which is more of a, you know, the numbers are a lot less, because you know what, there's not a demand for it, not a demand, but it's impulse. You know, hey, a bank, I need a bank right now. That's what I need to get. You know, but a month from now, they're not gonna remember you. If that billboard is down, you know, you lost your time. But if you go online, people do a search for exactly what they want right now. So I hope you're gonna listen to my tips. You know, we're here to help. You know, subscribe. You know, check out our website. You know, we're always here to help, and we're always trying to put out little things that help our customers. All right, thank you. Hope you like my little video. Bye-bye.